Hello and welcome, I'm Sterling and today we are playing Going Medieval. In the last few episodes we've been very busy. We've extended the waterfall wall and built this landing out the front of it. We've built a couple of new towers and built another waterfall wall. We've made this section of the moat a little bit more organic. When it has water in it, it actually looks half decent. Not to mention we've built this nice new little tower here, which I think came up quite good. It's not 100% finished, there's still a couple of more little things I want to do to it, but it's looking good so far. Now since the last time I played, there's been a lovely little new update to the game with a whole bunch of new little features that I'm excited to play with. So sit back, grab a cold one, and let's get started. Now in the last episode, I went through and I planned to dig all this out here, ready for our pond. But that was before all these new little features have popped up that I'm excited to play with. So I'm going to have to put this project on hold for a moment, as I have a better idea for this episode. So the first thing I'm going to do is cancel all this. Because one of the new features that we're going to be getting is the ability to take prisoners and have them work for us. And so why would I go through all the effort to dig in this if potentially in the future I can have prisoners do it for me? But we'll discuss all that in depth a little bit later on. For the moment, the first thing I want to do is come up to the research tab, because under the research tab, there's a few new things that we can unlock. We have defensive structures level 2, which will give us gates. Defensive structures level 3 will now give us tall gates. And then finally, defensive structures level 4 will give us a portcullis, which I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am about that. So let's unlock defensive structures level 2, which will cost us 30 chronicles. Done. Now I'll need to build up our chronicles once again, because defensive structures level 3 is 25 chronicles and 10 thesis. So now while we wait for them to build up the chronicles, let's start planning out the build I want to do here. So now that moving forwards we're going to be able to take prisoners, we're going to need a place to store them, which I think this little area here will be perfect for a prison. So first thing we'll get them to do is delete this path as it's in the way, and we'll get them to build a new one around the outside here. Just like so. Now in the morning, they'll come in, they'll knock all this down, they'll build all this, and then we'll have a nice clean area to start planning out the prison. Fantastic. We're off to a good start this episode. That's all now completed nice and quickly, which is good. Now it's time for us to start planning out the prison. Now I want our prisoners to be quite comfortable, so I'm going to be building cells 5 by 5. The idea is I'm going to have 2-story cells either side with a canteen in the middle and then a courtyard with the gallows. Yes, you heard me right. We now have gallows, which I don't know why that makes me so excited, but nonetheless I am. So let's move on. Now, I'm not 100% sure on how many prisoners we'll be able to take, whether I can even take prisoners having 23 settlers, but we'll learn as we go along, shall we? So let's build the cells. So now I'm going to do something a little different with this prison. I'm actually going to build it out of clay brick walls. I think it'll give that prison sort of feel. So we'll start over in this corner here. That's our first cell, 5 by 5. We're going to use metal grated doors for the doors of the cells. We'll be using clay brick floors on the inside. We'll be using wooden hay beds in each cell. And then we can put braziers and whatever else is needed inside once we have prisoners. Now I'm just going to copy that the whole way across. And there we go. That's the first 4 cells ready to be built. Now, as I said, I want to make this double story. So let's add the next level of cells. Now on the front of these, I'm going to have a landing so the prisoners can get up for each cell. So what I'm going to have is a clay brick staircase here and one on this side, like so. And then I'll be using metal grated platforms for the landing, something along the lines of that. So now we're just going to mirror this over here. And there we go. Now we're going to be running a wall across the back, so we'll throw that in now. And now we're ready to start building the canteen area, which will be quite simple. So first we'll put down the floor. We're going to use limestone flooring. Something along the lines of that. Now I want to make sure that I leave enough room in here to build the courtyard as I mentioned before. So what we'll do is we're going to wall off this section here and make a bit of a corridor, like so, and one over this side as well. And then we can build the front wall for the prison. As you can see, I've left quite a big gap here. That's because I'm going to be using the tall gates as the front doors of the prison. But unfortunately, after putting this all in, I've come to realize that this half of the prison needs to move over one step. So I'm just going to quickly do that now. And there we go. Much better. That's the space that we need. Now we're going to have to go through and put in timber beams, put the ceiling on, all that sort of jazz. But for the moment, I think this is plenty of work for them to do. Plus, it'll make it a lot easier if we can get in and chop down all these trees so then we can actually see what it is we're doing. So I might as well go through and do that now. Then we can build tables and the gallows and moving forwards. So let's hit play and let them get to work. And there we go. That is stage 1 of the prison complete. And just in time, because now a negotiator has rocked up. So I'll grab Richard and I'll send him over here to the negotiator to negotiate their surrender, not ours. I know, wishful thinking, eh? Now, if I come over here to the room overlay tab and click on it, you'll see there's a new tab here called prison cell. For each room to be considered a cell, it needs at least one prison cell marker and at least one prisoner's stash. So as you can see, I've gone through to every room and I've added a prison cell marker and a prisoner's stash, which that's fantastic. We're now ready to take prisoners if and when we get them. The next thing I've done is I've come over here to the blacksmith and I've started producing shackles. Now, I haven't got any shackles just yet. We're going to try and make 16, but they're 50% of the way through their first shackle, which is good. Hopefully we can have a few before we're attacked. But truth be told, I don't know how good I'm going to be at actually capturing prisoners, as I'm more used to just killing them. But it's all part of the fun of the game, isn't it? So Richard's over here now negotiating with the extortionists. Now, if we give in to their demands, we're going to get a negative mood modifier among our settlers, which I don't necessarily want. But if I say no to the enemy, we're going to be attacked with quite a few archers, quite a few marauders. It says 2 movable trebuchets will attack us. So hopefully that's not something that we need to worry about. The people of Sterling say no. You stood your ground refusing to give in to their demands. Of course we did. We're Sterlington. So we're going to be attacked in 3 hours and 2 minutes. I think it's time for everyone to rest up and get ready for a fight. So now having a look at the map very quickly, they've come across over here, which our closest TITS is all the way over here, which that's going to be one hell of a run. So I'm going to have to sit back for a moment and just have a look at where exactly they go, because they have 2 options here. They can either come up this way, which they'll come up all the stairs here and then come around the front to the front gate, or they might just run all the way over here and attack the TITS directly, which isn't fantastic for us wanting to sally forth. This means I will need to move both archers and a little bit of a melee army over to this tower so I can pick off the enemies surrounding the tower before I can sally forth to attack the trebuchets. But it's just a matter of hitting play and let's find out what they do. Whoa, the first 2 hits on Castle Sterlington, and we've already taken damage. It's not the end of the world. Anything that gets damaged, timber-wise, we'll replace with limestone brick. Looks like they're separating a bit here, so some enemies are coming down here, going directly for the TITS tower, which that's good. While these ones move to the front gate, I'll send half the army down here to the TITS so I can pick off these enemies before moving in to attack the trebuchets. And hopefully we can cut off some of them from escaping at the end of this. But for the moment, let's think more about not getting ourselves killed and then worry about taking prisoners after the fight, shall we? So here we go. We're moving into position. We've got half the army moving down in the TITS, and a few of these were meant to go for a run that didn't go. What are you fellas doing? Come on, over here. Go for your run. That's better. Hopefully, as long as everyone stays undercover, they'll be safe. To which I might just move them closer to the wall for protection, eh? In fact, I might actually run them into the actual keep itself for protection. Oh no, they've already broken into the TITS. That's shocking. That did not put up much of a fight. Sterling and the bunch are now going to have to stand their ground here at the TITS. Hopefully this gate here will hold out long enough for Sterling to kill. Get him, bud. Stab. That's the way, Sterling. Go for it. Get him. He's evading, which is not good. Henry's also coming up. Maybe they can shoot through the gate, eh? Let's do this. Grab them. You guys also help. Let's go. Fire. Yes! That's the way we do it. Come on, again. Fire. This is fantastic. There's another one down. That is great. That is really, really good. Your turn. Go. Go, Sterling. Get him. Now, Sterling's out in the open, which isn't good, but he's got some backup here. Yes, that's another one down. Now, who's wounded? Ah, Sterling. Okay, buddy. That's all right. So now let's have a look. What's going on upstairs? Where's everybody else? Where's the rest of the enemies? Everybody else seems to be heading straight up to the front gate, which is making me a little nervous, to be honest, because I don't know if I've left enough people to defend the front gate. Oh, we've got a couple here, so we've got 3 melee and 4 archers, which will set the archers up ready to attack. But I want to keep them underneath the roof for protection. Now, having a quick glance, we've lost quite a bit of the wall here, but I don't see much else getting damaged at this point, which this is good news. Now, having a look, I think it might be safe for us to sally forth. So let's start sailing forth out of the TITS towards these trebuchets. Hopefully in the meantime, not too many enemies come back this way, which it does look like we're getting a few. Not the end of the world. We should make light work of them. Straight for the trebuchets. A Malorda's coming over here. Let's go get him. Come on. Fire. Nope. They've just run off. Let's go. Let's hunt them down. Sterling. Quick, we're getting attacked. This might be a bit silly of me. I've got mostly all my archers just sitting back here. We need to get some of our melee in front. But I'm a bit nervous that Sterling's so injured and he's on his own. I might have him help get covered by Henry here as an archer. So we'll cover him. These two can stand their ground. Then we'll have Sophia and John sally forth over here to help protect the archers. Actually, I'll bring him up here. Richard, what are you? What have you got? You've got a crossbow as well. I'll bring you up here. Bring everybody up here. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, that's not good. Sterling might die here. Okay, so we're going to have to start running our archers back. This is not good, though. It leaves John and Sophia unprotected and on their own. So I might send Sophia that direction, John that direction. Go! Stefan, you go after him, and we need to keep moving our archers back. This was silly of me, I believe. Here we go. This is working out well. Oh, no. John's gotten attacked pretty hard there. He's in a bad way. Come on, quick, quick, quick. Uh-oh, Henry's getting attacked and he's an archer. We need to move him back over here. Let's go. Victoria, don't just stand there. Protect him. William, you get in here and protect John. Yes. Okay. Now, William and John, come and help Sophia. Let's go. Quick, quick, quick. Yes. Sterling and Henry, let's get you guys inside and out of harm's way. Hopefully you take the TITS. In fact, I'll just send you straight to the TITS. Now, how's this looking? Well, let's get Alfred and Lucy back a bit. Oh no, Sophia's about to drop. Let's get Sophia out of there. John, you're going to take position. This is not good. Quick, quick, quick. Yes, that's the way. And that was attack dogs getting involved there. But Sophia is also in a bad way, so we're now going to have to send her right back here and get her out of the way. We're copping a bit of flack here. But quickly, everybody that is not wounded, take this enemy here. Go, go, go. Yes, that's another enemy down. Fantastic. Now let's go get these trebuchets. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You guys coming or what? Let's move. There we go, that's one. Where's the other one? Come on. And that's 2. There we go. That is all the trebuchets down. Fantastic. But this is not good. We've got enemies sneaking around the back here. So quickly, let's send everybody back to the TITS that we can, eh? We need to protect our wounded. So we're going to send everybody back as fast as we can. Hopefully, they don't cut us all off here. This doesn't look good for us. We have far too many wounded and we've got no protection. I might try and get this gent here. Who is it? Who are you? James. Okay, James, I'm going to try and get you to pick this person off as cover as our wounded. Get it in the TITS. Yes, come on. Attack. Attack, James. Attack. Go, attack dog. Go. Yes, come on, attack dog, get him. Go get him, Victoria. Who's left? Wow, there's a lot of enemies left, and they're back on the trebuchets, which is not good for us. Look, that we are copping some serious damage. So now it's just a matter of picking and choose the wounded and get them out of there. We'll just put all the wounded into the TITS and get them out of the way, eh? And then everybody that's fighting fit, we're going to go back. We are definitely not done yet. Here we go. Let's go back and finish what we started. Now, Stefan and Victoria are our only melee here by the looks of things. Oh, and William. So these three can line up here. Let's go. As our archers pick them off. Fantastic. That's what I like to see. In the meantime, we'll send everybody wounded back home here. Get them out of the way, eh? Now, let's move forwards. Let's sally forth and go and get what we can, eh? We've got them on the run for a moment, but we can't get too cocky here or else we'll lose. Here we go. Get this bloke. Go, go, go. Yes. That's what I want to see. Now, our attack dogs are over there, so we need to protect our doggies. So let's move very, very quickly. The rest of the group, let's move. Come on. Let's go, go, go. Good work. We got another archer down. Now let's get this archer. Yes. Come on. Behind. Let's go. Quickly, before people start dying. Yes. Fantastic. We have won. Now let's take prisoners. Nope. Are we not taking prisoners? How do we take prisoners? Is everybody dead? Nope. We've got some enemies over here. Let's see if we can get some to surrender, shall we? So we'll run them around that way. We'll run these blokes around this way and see if we can get anyone to surrender. But maybe we can't because we don't have shackles. I don't know. Nope. No one's surrendering at this rate. Is that everybody? Bugger. Unfortunately, we haven't managed to actually secure any prisoners, which that's a little bit disappointing. I was hoping for at least one. The good news is we haven't seemed to have lost anyone just yet. So let's undraft everybody and let them all go and heal and hopefully survive. Now, I've been having a bit of a look around and quite a lot has been damaged. So we've had this section here damaged. Not the end of the world. All I'll do is I'll go through and I'll replace it with limestone block flooring. And we'll replace the merlons that got destroyed. They'll throw that all back in. That will be good. Now, luckily, other than that, I don't see anywhere that got damaged. It all looked like it was just directed into that one wall. So I'm going to call that somewhat a success. So a few days have passed since we were attacked. Everybody's healed up. We've run around and repaired everything. And we even rebuilt this section of the wall here, which now is a bit patchy. So at some point, I'm going to go through and break up all this timber and replace it with limestone block. The good news is we now have enough chronicles and enough textbooks to research defensive structures level 3. So that's what we're going to do. Done. Oh, I was incorrect. We still do have people being tended to. But anyway, moving forwards. We now can build tall gates, which this is fantastic because there's two places I want to put some tall gates. The first place is over here at the prison. So we're going to put just a simple, basic looking tall gate here, like so. But the other place I want to put a tall gate is right here. So we're going to go through and delete all of this. Once that's all knocked down, we can then build the tall gates here, which that will look fantastic. Now, while everyone was going about their business, I've been sitting here having a bit of a read of the new prisoner system. So from now on, when we finish a raid, enemies may surrender. Now, what will cause this is either the enemies being walled in, or if their health is below 80%, there's a chance they might surrender. Any enemies that are in the red section on the outsides will not surrender. And there are certain factions of enemies that just won't surrender. And one of the main key points of all this also is you have less chance of the enemy surrendering if you have a lot of prisoners or, as I said before, a lot of people. We have 23 settlers. So I don't even know if it's possible to have anyone surrender yet. Only time will tell on that. But that doesn't stop us preparing everything by building our prison and also creating shackles. That way, when the time comes, we'll be ready to take prisoners. Fantastic. That's now the the gate complete, which doesn't that look good? I really like that. And you can have a couple of different options too. So you can have it nice and big and square like that, or I can come in and round them off. Though it leaves a bit of a gap there, so I think we might just go like so. Oh, I can flip them. They've also gone ahead and created the gate here on the prison, which is good. So now we'll put a wooden roof on top of this. Now, how exactly am I going to do it? That's the question. Now, I've been flirting with a few different ideas. I've been sitting here trying to work it out. The space over here is 11, so we can't put a beam straight across. So I can either knock down this wall and take it back one, which I ain't doing that, or we can put some pillars in here. Now, why would I want to put the pillars in here? Because I want to put timber beams here. Because I can run the timber roof to here and across. But then this section here will be left open. Now, I can fiddle around and try and find a way to get that to work, but I haven't been able to successfully work out a way of doing this. So instead, what I'm going to do is just simply run the roof to there. Same on that side. And then just cap it off at the end with a little roof. Just like so. And I do think that that looks pretty good like that. I like that it's got a small roof, then it becomes bigger. So then how on earth am I doing the rest of this? Well, I guess that's the big question, isn't it? Now, I could sit here and pretend like I've got a plan for it, but we all know I don't. Now, the way I think I'm going to do this centerpiece is just keep it all pretty simple. Clay pillar there, then 2 clay brick pillars here and here, like so. Lots of timber beams. So now I'll go through and decorate this all up a little bit just by rounding them off. And then we can put the rest of the roof on. And there we go. That's how we're going to do the prison. Now, I know it's not the prettiest looking thing you've ever seen, but that's kind of the point. It's a prison. It's not meant to be pretty. Now, I was originally thinking I might make this center bit one more level higher. I didn't want it to be above the walls, nor did I want it to be above this tower here. I wanted to keep it low. So then we're sort of overlooking the prison, not the other way around. Now we need to just go through and build this courtyard, which I'll just do it out of limestone. And then what we've all been waiting for, we'll stick in a gallows. Fantastic. Now, anytime prisoners get out of line, we can make examples of them. So in the morning, we'll hit play and let them get to work. And there we go. That's the construction of Red Brick Prison complete, or simply as known by the settlers of Sterlington as red brick. You definitely don't want to end up in red brick. The construction of red brick has actually put a bit of fear across the settlers. Now they're going to be a bit more timid when they're at the pub. Things that once upon a time would have ended up getting a slap on the wrist will end up getting them hard time here at red brick. Now there's still a few little bits and pieces I need to do for it to be completely finished. I need to just go through and chop out all these trees here and there so we can finish off the ground. I also need to deconstruct all the platforms that I built so we could get up to build the roof. But other than that, red brick is now complete. I gotta say, that's an ugly looking building. Though, I must admit, I did set out to make an ugly looking building. So, mission accomplished. Now, there's still plenty to do. I need to research defensive structures level 4 so we can get the portcullis. I'll then need to redesign and rebuild this walkway here on the entry to make space for the portcullis to go in here. So I've been flirting with a few little ideas on how we might go about capturing the enemy when they raid us. But I am yet to test any of these ideas, so I've got no proof they'll even work. So there's still plenty for us to be doing here at Castle Sterlington. Unfortunately, this will all have to wait for another episode, as this is all the time we have for today. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.